I'm gonna try my best to explain this in the shortest way possible, and probably it ain't gonna work. So I'm just letting you know. Okay. Lately I just been wanting to plug back up my PS1, and I've been organizing some of my wires in my retro station. And it's just basically like I've been trying to get like cables and certain ones that gives like more of an HD quality, or just maybe a better picture when it comes down to playing some of my games. Now, I've really been leaning more into like just lately just into more of like what you call, I don't know if you want to call it composite cables or component cables, the one that has like the RGB colors, whatever. You guys correct me in the comments on whatever, but I've been leaning more towards those cables like for my original Wii and also my PS2, and I'm very happy with the cables that I had got. But with the PS2, some of those cables I'd be thinking like, oh, okay, so some of these cables could work for the PS1 as well. It does not really work for the PS1, and I have had like I got like a couple of cables before it just didn't work, or sometimes it came on and picture just looked funny and stuff like that, so I just didn't really worry about it. But and I'm quite sure that there's probably like probably the original component cables probably works for the Sony PlayStation. But I was trying to think of like maybe like some cheaper options, or maybe some third party or something like that. I was kind of cool with that, but I was like, whatever, it's not a big deal. So I end up landing on this particular cable, and this is actually like an HDMI cable, which is like, okay, it was like awesome. So I wanted to like give it a shot because it says it's for PS1 and PS2. This right here is the XYAB cable, and I'm not trying to like throw ads or whatever. This is that and that. I guess I just wanted to try it out, and I just really like how the picture looks. So I was just like, you know what? Let me share it and just show you guys just how it looks, and maybe you might been looking for a cable for your PS1 too. So let's get started. What is going on, you guys? Your boy Famous Kid Video Game Entertainment. And before we go any further, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. Click like, subscribing. It's always a big help. Right here, this is what comes in the box. The cables look like it's a pretty good length. I'm guessing about like 6 feet, maybe more. The device is one piece, with one end goes to the PS1 or PS2 and the other the HDMI, which I'll be focused mostly on the PS1. I'll try the PS2 just to test. Then the Type-C cable connect to the device, leaving the other end to a regular USB, which connect to some sort of power. My power strip has a USB connection, and if you have like newer consoles or stuff like that has USB ports, it should be good too. Overall, it just needs power. Okay, let's go ahead and plug this thing up. Now, what I'm about to say is something that I am not a fan of, and quite sure it doesn't matter to you. All right, what I'm not a fan of is these devices that don't power down with the console. What I'm afraid of is when having long gaming sessions, which that is just me all day. I can play for hours, and what I worry about is these devices getting hot. Now, some of my cables like this, I get like what is called like an on and off switch, which I'll leave in the description just in case you probably need one, and just to save power. And in my opinion, to me it just saved like maybe the life of the device. So that's what I tries to do, but I'm quite sure this will be fine. Just like I said, I just worried just a little bit. Now let's see how this looks. Amazing. When new tech meets old consoles, I gotta tell you, it creates magic. The device is set on a 4:3 aspect, but I'm more of a big fan of using the entire screen, so which I'm going to go for the 16:9. This is just a show. Also, I'm going to hook this up to my capture device so you can really see how it looks and play some games. All right, every game you see on the screen is real physical games, no emulation. And let's just talk about this. On the PS2, my physical games is backed up to my hard drive. No games was downloaded in this video. I'm just letting you know. Nothing speaks nostalgic like Q*bert. You gotta have Q*bert in the lineup. Now, I have remember playing Q*bert since the NES era, and the PlayStation one, I don't know. I think the PlayStation one is a little bit more difficult, but you have a set difficulty level if you want to go ahead and like make it more easier. But the NES version, yeah, that's it. It's just plain like difficult when it comes down to it. But this does bring a set of challenges, and I like the classic versions that they have, so you can just actually play more of like a kind of like the arcade style version of this, and this is definitely challenging. But here's the thing, you get hooked on this game for real. If you ever have not played Cubert, try Cubert. Seriously, just look at the concept of it and just try it out. And this game is definitely one of the games that you will just enjoy. And I'm serious, it's a cheap game if you get it, if you can find it, but it's definitely a collector's item to me. That's just my opinion. Now back to the device. Visuals, fantastic. I mean, seriously, we could just playing this right now. This is like a real comfortable color. The colors bounce and everything, and I'm loving it. It was really simple plugging everything up, and pretty much to give like a picture looking like this is, yeah, this is off the chain. And it's not even expensive. I'm gonna leave a link in the description, but it's not expensive. It's pretty good on the price too. Now the PS2, it seems I had to make some quick adjustments to get the color up in there, but at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, because I've been using the component cables, I am not a fan of how it looks using this on the PS2. I'm just not. Just the visuals just looks like, I don't know, for some reason the component cables, it looks a little bit better. I'm not I just gotta be honest, and I'm gonna show you the difference between both of these in a second, but let's go ahead and play a game. Now, this right here is the component cables. Just off the back, the colors are a little bit more brighter. They bounce a little bit. It just seems like the image quality is just a lot better using the component cables, or if you want to call it composite cables. Remember, you guys tell me in the comment. But at the same time, the setup is a little bit more, I don't know, I just like the way this one is. It's just like even the sound and everything is just way more enhanced. And even when gaming and just like, I don't know, I'm just loving the component cables when it comes down to this. And you know, and I'm just being honest, I'm just now like really discovering the power of component cables or composite cables, whatever you guys want to say, whatever. But I'm just now discovering these things and just getting used to just the visuals of everything. Big fan of this. But as far as like the PS1 with this cable, yes, I'm definitely, yeah, because I tried the component cables for the PS1. It does not look like like this good with using on the PS1 using the HDMI cables and stuff like that. But this particular cable, it just looks amazing for the PS1. So that's where I'm gonna stick to when it comes down to the this particular cable is for the PS1. But I just wanted to show you like the difference between doing this on the PS2. I just not a big fan. So there you have it. Now, if you wanted to, you can go ahead and play PS1 games on your PS2 with the HDMI adapter or using the component just like I'm doing and be able to get a good visual. Or you can play PS1 games on your PS3 because it did have that backwards technology for it. And then there's some PS3's consoles that actually plays the PS2 games if you could find those consoles too, you know. And you can get some good visuals and everything else. And if all else fails, I mean, of course, you could just go ahead. There's games out there that has for the PS1 plus with the PlayStation service that they have, the PlayStation Plus service, which I mean that they have out there that you can play some real classic PS1 games on your newer consoles. But if you just want to really feel nostalgic, there's nothing like hopping on that original PS1, especially when you boot it up and hear that sound. That is magic. All right, you guys. I hope that just probably help you out, just in case you guys decide you want to get you like a sort of like a HDMI cable for your original PS1. All right, you guys. And if you made it this far, I truly appreciate it. And from gamer to gamer, thanks for watching.